Good morning, everybody. We are going to do the star stitch today. These are examples of the star stitch. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Now, I've noticed that there are people who do the star stitch different ways. Specifically, they do the edges different ways. I'm going to show you a way today that actually does the edges so that there are no big gaps. Normally, there would be a gap here. But I'm going to show you a way that does not leave that kind of gap. That I loved. I loved when I found that method, and it works so well. One thing you need to do is you're going to, for any project, you're going to do an even number chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, let's just add a couple more, 13 and 14. So we've got 14 here. Someone said that she did even number, divisible by 2 plus 4, but here we go. So there you go, 14 chains we're going to start with, okay? I'm using a 6mm hook because I'm the most comfortable with that. This is the Hirschner's Antiquity yarn, and it's a variegated yarn, which you'll see in a minute. The way you start this, excuse me if I got something on my fingers. What in the world is that? No telling. Okay, you will start in the second chain from the hook. That doesn't count. So 1, 2. You do not yarn over, you just put your hook in, pull up a loop. What we're going for is 6 loops on the hook. Okay? So there's 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we've got 5 here, and we've got 1 more. There's 6 loops on the hook. Now you yarn over and you pull through all 6 loops. Be careful not to crochet too tightly on this, all right? So now what we've got is our first star. We've got the base of it and the side of it. Now you're going to yarn over and chain 1. That leaves you a little, what we're going to call the eye of the star. You're going to you're not going to yarn over, you're going to put your hook in the eye of the star and draw up a loop. Then you're going to put your hook under the last leg. These little, I call these legs, the last little leg of the star. You're going to put your hook under there and draw up a loop. Then you're going to put your hook in the base chain of the star, which is down here. Drop a loop. Then you're going to go into the next couple of chains until you get 6 chains. Drop a loop there, and you will draw up a loop here. Now you have 6 loops on your hook, and you're going to do the same thing. Yarn over, pull through all 6 loops, and then you're going to yarn over and chain the 1. Then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put your hook in the eye of the star, drop a loop, in the last leg of the star, drop a loop, in the base chain of the star, drop a loop. You're going to go into the next chain, drop a loop, and into the next chain and drop a loop. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 6 loops. Yarn over, chain 1. See what we're doing here? See how it's coming along? Hook in the eye of the star. Hook in under the last leg of the star. Hook in the base chain of the star. In the next chain, and you've got 5 loops, and in the next chain, and then you yarn over, pull through all 6 loops, yarn over, close your star, and continue the same way to the end. In the eye of the star, the last leg of the star, the base chain of the star, and the next chain, and the next chain, till you get 6 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 6 loops, yarn over, chain that 1. Now here's how you're going to close this first row. You're going to go on your eye of the star just like you did before, but you're not going to go in the leg. You're just going to go into the last chain, drop a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. And there's your first row, and you've created, the chain's gotten loose there, you've created a nice tall edge on the end. For the next row we're going to do a row to complete the other half of the star. You do not chain, turn your work, do not chain. Now you're going to yarn over and you're going to do 2 half double crochets in every eye of the star on this side. So yarn over, there's the first eye of the star right here where all the little legs are connected. You'll find it. Do 2 half double crochets in every one. Okay. Yarn over, the next eye of the star, 2 half double crochets. Some people do this differently. Some people put singles. I like the tallness of the half double. Next eye of the star, 2 half double crochets. Next eye of the star, 2 half double crochets. Last eye, the eye of the last star, 2 half double crochets. This is going to be a little different than most people do this. Okay? Now, I'm going to find the loop of this, the last loop down here. Don't go into this leg of the star. You're going to go into this chain down here. On the end, you're going to go into two loops down here. You don't want to go under that leg, but you're going to go, this is kind of like the half double over here. Go into that, and you're going to do a slip stitch. You're going to pull it through both of those. So there is the end of the first row. You see there's no gap here. There's no gap here. See this? Okay. Okay, the next row is going to be the bottom part of the next set of stars. For that one, you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Turn your work. Okay, my yarn does not want to come out. I am using this antiquity yarn because it does not split on me, and I love that. All right, you've got the turning chain. Okay. 1 second. Okay, sorry for a brief interruption. Okay, you've got the chain 3. This is what's different about this stitch. You're going to actually start your stitch in the chain itself. That's very different. So like you did the first time, second chain from the hook. 1, 2. You know, put your hook in and drop a loop. In the next chain, put your hook in, drop a loop there. And then you're going to go into the chain, the top of these chains. So into this first chain, just like normal, where you put your hook under both of the posts, and drop a loop. You got 4 chains. Go to the next chain, drop. Oops, lost that. Next chain, drop a loop. And next chain, drop a loop. So you've got 6 loops on the hook now, like you did in the first row. Yarn over and pull through all 6 of those loops. Yarn over, chain 1, and you start over with the same thing. Hook into the eye of the star, hook into the first leg of the star, drop a loop, into the base chain of the star, into the next chain, and into the next chain. Now you've got 6 loops on the hook. Yarn over, draw through all 6, yarn over, chain 1. And you see you're doing this all over again. Okay. Put your hook in the eye of the star, drop a loop, the leg of the star, drop a loop, the base chain of the star right here, drop a loop, and then you have to do 2 more, drop loop here, and drop a loop here. So you've got 6, yarn over, pull through all 6, yarn over, chain 1, and keep going to the end the same way. Always make sure you have 6 loops on the hook before you draw through. And make sure you're going through, not this, but under this. You need to flip your work a little bit so you can see where the top of the chain is. Go through those 2, under those 2, pull through. You've got 6 loops on the hook, yarn over, and you draw through all 6, yarn over, chain the 1. We're going to go to the end and finish that out. So that's 1 loop, last leg of the star, base chain of the star, next chain, and the last chain. You've got 6 loops, yarn over, draw through all 6. Now here's a way you finish it where there's no gaps. Yarn over, drop chain 1, go into the eye of the star here, and to finish this one you do not go into that, you go under the turning chain over here. Just grab over into the turning chain over here, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the second 2, and you've made a nice edge over there. Now this wants to pull in because you have a curve here, but as you put this on the top, that will straighten that out every time. So there you go. Okay, so this is the way the back looks here. When you have a different color, you see how that is. But there you go. So there's that, and this is my other example here. Okay, this is the back side of this, front side. So now, just remember, when you do your half double crochet row to finish off the top of the star, you don't chain at the end, you turn it, because you've got a nice tall stitch here. You yarn over and you put 2 doubles, half doubles in the every single eye of the star. And that is how you start the next row and you finish the stars off. 2 half doubles in every eye of each star. A lot of people do singles. I like the half doubles much better. Okay, there's another eye of the star here. Yarn over. I'm going to go a little faster since we've already had the instruction. The star. So I can close up this last set of stars for us. Okay, the last eye is here. Okay, and this you're going to close up. Put your hook under, work it into that turning chain there, and you're going to pull through, and you're going to do a slip stitch like that. So this is the back part. You see how you got this here? That's the back, and there's the front. But you see these edges? See the edge right here? Normally this would have sort of a gap here. A lot of people close that with a half double instead of the way I showed you. But yeah, there you go. Hope this helps, and I hope you try it. If I was going to do something large, do this in an item, I think I would, something big like a blanket, I would do this with number 5 or number 6 yarn and a bigger hook. And because this is kind of seems involved, do a blanket with this. I mean, you can, obviously you can. So I hope that helps. And there you go. There's the star stitch. Like I said, there are different variations on this about how they do it. And mostly it's how they do the ends. See, there really aren't any huge gaps here. I think I got loose there. But generally, if you do it this way, you're not going to have a bunch of gaps all along the edges. So there you go. Star stitch.